The story begins with a boy named Kim who was late on the first day of school. Before sending him to school, his mother packed a lot of heavy stuff in his bag so that he does not start flying in the air due to his special powers. Then Kim boarded the bus with his bag and saw that a girl named Jack had missed the bus. He somehow stopped the bus and made Jack sit in the bus, but the girl did not have money for the ticket, so Kim gave money to her in lieu. Suddenly, Kim started realizing that his flying powers were awakening on their own, so he tried very hard to keep his feet on the ground so that his truth does not come out. Later, we see that all the children were studying in the class, but Kim's eyes were fixed only on Jung because he loved him very much in his heart. On seeing him, Kim's feet started rising from the ground once again, so he held his table very tightly so that he does not fly in the air. On the other hand, we see a man named Frank at the airport. He picked up the luggage for his mission from a truck in the parking lot and then disguised himself as a worker. Now it is revealed that Frank was a serial killer. He was given the task by the Supernatural Control Agency to kill people with amazing powers present in their souls. After school, all the children were going back home, but then a boy named Lee stopped John and took him to show the school gym. Because Jack did not come to school, the teachers had given the responsibility of showing Jack to the school to Leek. On the other hand, Frank reached the office of his first victim, Jin Jin. Jin Jin understood as soon as he saw him that he was a barber. Jin Jin called him alone and asked how he knew his real name, so his friend told him that a company has sent him here to kill him. On hearing this, Jin Jin got angry and twisted the ball stick like a paper with his tremendous strength, and attacked Frank with the same. Frank somehow saved himself, but Jin Jin picked him up and threw him on the wall with great force, breaking the wall. With the same force, Frank suddenly broke the glass of Jin Jin's glasses, which went straight into his eye. Then he saw an opportunity and attacked her chest with the help of a pen and killed her by hitting her heart. Finally, he threw Jin Jin's body far away from the window, and this is how his first task was completed. Then he returned to his truck and sent a message from his phone to inform that the task was completed. Meanwhile, Kim's mother Yoon was cleaning the house. Meanwhile, she checked her phone and found news of Jin Jin's murder everywhere. Jang was studying in school even after school was over because she had to go to the best college after school, but the fees there were very high. So Jang had given up hope in her mind. When her father asked her if she needed money, she lied and said no, she just needed money to buy a school uniform. After this, we see a man named Minun Zung, who is the director of the National Security Agency, and when he got the news of Jin Jin's murder, his assistant said that it is impossible, but still she will try her best to remove the news of his death from social media. But Minun knew that all the people with special powers in the city are in danger, so he ordered his assistant to start training in secret weapons. Meanwhile, Kim's mother prepared dinner for him, and after eating it, Kim went to sleep. But he got so lost in the thoughts of the gang that he flew and landed on the roof. Anyway, later, June sat on her table and took out her gun from a secret box and started assembling it again. Actually, she suspected that the news of Jin Jin's death was being suppressed, and it is possible that the killer would also go after other people with special powers. During this, June remembered her life of many years ago when she used to roam around the city carrying Kim on her back because for her, she used to be a part of the gang. There was no place to live nearby. Then one day, the owner of a deserted shed woke him up and gave him a place to live. As time passed, Yu built a big playhouse for his son and also installed many safety nets so that Kim could learn to control his flying power. But the problem was that Kim was not able to understand what his mother wanted to say, and because of this, his training was very difficult. But still, Yu did not lose courage, and after many months of hard work, he converted this shed into a big restaurant, and his business started going well. From that time onwards, he stopped Kim from playing outside, and that poor boy spent his entire childhood watching cartoon superheroes on TV, due to which he started feeling that he too is a superhero. Now he called his school friends to show his powers to everyone and started flying in front of them. All his friends were very happy to see him flying, and Kim was also very happy after finally telling his secret, but he did not know that the school principal had seen him. Then in the evening, one of Kim's friends also thought of practicing flying like him so that he could also impress the other children. but he slipped and fell badly and got hurt badly. After this, he was called to school and a lot of complaints were made about Kim, so he had to apologize to her without any reason. He realized how embarrassed his mother had to be because of him, so he became very sad and went to the roof and started crying. Suddenly, the rope tied to his waist broke, and he flew away in the storm, and just at the right time, he came there and pulled the rope with full force and saved his son's life. The next day, all the children reached school, but Kim and Jan were a little late despite running. But the guard saw that he was only a few seconds late, so he let him in. On the other side of the city, Frank reached an old library and after closing the door, stood in front of the owner. He asked the owner if it was earlier known as a bunk. Then the man realized that he was in danger, so he used his electric power to turn off all the lights. After this, he took out a battery from his radio and started awakening the electric energy present inside him, due to which his hair stood straight up. Then suddenly he attacked Frank and started giving him strong electric shocks repeatedly. Frank used books to save his life, and in retaliation made Bunk drop the battery from his hand. But soon he picked up the battery again and attacked Frank with a strong electric shock, due to which Frank fell straight from the roof. Finally, Bunk took out a photo from his desk and started strangling Frank as soon as he set it on fire. He gave such a powerful electric shock that the room got short-circuited, and Frank was about to die when just in time he turned around and threw Bunk away and killed him with a single deadly blow. Finally, his prey was also killed. Then he saw the burning photo in Bunk's hand and found out that Bunk also had a son. This made Frank very sad, but he soon left this place and fled in his truck. Meanwhile, at school, Jam realized that her uniform was smelling of sweat because of running to reach school. Because of this, she was very embarrassed, and on top of that, a boy named Bank started harassing her. He picked up Jack's school record and saw that she did gymnastics. Then he started making fun of her, so Lee stopped him and asked him to go back to his place. Then, after some time, when she went to the gym to practice gymnastics, Bank started harassing her once again. When Lee once again blocked his way, Bank asked him to meet him outside the school, to which Lee immediately agreed. But he did not know that a teacher was watching him. Then Bank tried to attack Lee, but Lee easily dodged him and threw him on the ground. Now Bank picked up a glass bottle from the ground in anger and was about to hit Lee with it, but Lee hung Bank on a tree with a single powerful punch. Then it is revealed that Lee also has amazing powers. Well, later when the teacher asked the reason for Bank's absence in the class, Lee lied that he was not well, so he went home early. Then a few hours later, the news of Bunk's murder spread on TV, and Yoon started worrying about the safety of his son Kim. Anyway, in the evening, Kim and Jae went to a store to buy his new uniform, and then both of them had dinner together. On the other hand, Frank was looking at the picture that Bunk had got from his hand, and he got orders to kill his next victim. Kim and the gang were talking to each other, and later he went to clean the washroom in the school. He got this punishment because he was late for class in the morning. During this time, Jang noticed Kim's injury which he had sustained due to the collision in the morning. Then Jang started applying ointment on his wound. But Kim became so shy when she came close to him that his feet started rising from the ground. Now he asked the gang to leave the washroom to hide his powers, but even after they left, Kim could not control his powers and started flying in the air on his own. Then the next morning, the teacher again asked the reason for Bank not coming to school, but no one had any information about this. Seeing this, the league got very scared. After the school was over, when Kim returned home, his mother scolded him a lot because he was very late in coming. On the other hand, Frank reached the school gate in search of his next victim. When the security guard asked him to remove his delivery truck from the gate, Frank quietly left from there, but the guard became suspicious of him, despite which he called someone. Many days passed like this, and now Jag was training in gymnastics with her teacher so that she could become a better player. During this time, Lee used to secretly watch Jag practicing, because he too had started liking Jag in his heart. One night during practice, Jane's leg suddenly twisted and she fell badly. On seeing her, Leo ran towards her, but Kim also reached there at the same time, after which Leo stopped on the beach. Actually, on seeing Jane in pain, Kim immediately flew and reached there. But Jack told her that she was not hurt much, and then she got back to training. Now she started doing abs exercise with the help of Kim. But because of coming so close, Kim got nervous and started flying up again, and suddenly fell far away. Then Jag came running to help him. Well, at the same time, the cleaner came there and asked them to go out because he had to clean the gymnasium today. Jim told Jag that he was fine and went away from there. But Jag could not understand how he could suddenly fly and stay awake. After some time, Lee came to the gym and went to the board where Jag was practicing her jump. Now he got angry and jumped so high that his paw got imprinted on the wall. After a few days, the gang and Kim were eating at a shop in the evening. Then, suddenly, Jan remembered that she had called for her sports shoes in the school gym. Then Kim said that he was full and he went alone towards the school to get Jan's shoes. But Jan had been suspicious of his activities for many days, so she also started following him to know the truth. When she reached the school, she moved in the direction of the footprints of Kim, and then she remembered all those moments when she had seen Kim flying with her own eyes. In the same way, she reached the second floor, but here the footprints disappeared, so she called Kim. Soon, Kim came back and Jane asked him why he behaves so strangely whenever they are close. But Kim said that there is nothing like that. I am normally like this. Later, Kim was searching for something in his bag. Then Jing saw that his bandage was about to come off, so she started fixing the bandage. But as soon as she touched it, Kim became so shy that he flew in the air at that very moment and got stuck to the ceiling. Seeing him, Jane was stunned, but she found a way to save Kim. She climbed on a box and jumped towards Kim and pulled him down to the ground with her. Then she quickly gave Kim her heavy bag, and finally everything became normal. After this, they left the school, but they did not know that the security guard had seen all this through the cameras. Meanwhile, Yoon was making dinner at home, and when she saw that Kim had come home, she went to the door. She saw that Jong was also with Kim, so she was very happy because after a long time Kim had brought a friend home. He asked Jang to stay for dinner, while Frank went to a beauty salon. There he met a girl named Hong. Frank asked her to cut his hair. During the haircut, Frank said that he knew her truth. He called Hong Naju, which was his real name. On hearing this, Naju immediately attacked him with scissors. And Frank also stood up at the same moment and threw her on the ground. Then it is revealed that Frank's body could heal any shock in a few moments. As soon as he took out the scissors from his face, Naju fired bullets at him and ran away to the other room. Then she took out a big gun and with the power of her X-ray vision, she saw Frank beyond the wall. Then she started firing heavily. Meanwhile, Frank also ran to finish off Naju and broke the wall and jumped on Naju. But Naju opens fire on him again. But soon she realized that these bullets were not having any effect on Frank. So she immediately went to the kitchen and took out her special gun. Soon she fired bullets at the pipes in the room, due to which gas started leaking from the pipes. Hiding behind this smoke, Naju fired bullets at Frank. During this time, Naju also got shot. But still she took out her big short gun and attacked Frank with such force that he hit a shelf. After this, Naju ran towards him and attacked him with a short gun, causing him to fall far away. Now Frank quickly hid in a corridor so that as soon as his powers healed all his wounds, he came out with renewed vigor and ran towards Naju, dodging her shots. He knocked Naju down with a powerful kick and then started strangling him. Then Naju stabbed his scissors in his leg. After this, he attacked his neck with the same scissors, but Frank stopped him beforehand. Now he strangled Naju and asked him why all the people with special powers are hiding their children. Naju was counting her last breaths, but still she did not reveal the truth. She said that you are a common killer and the gang will finish you off as soon as they see you. Frank got angry on hearing this, and after that he killed Naju by stabbing her neck with scissors. He said that even if she does not tell him the whereabouts of her children, but when you die, he will come to the funeral. Meanwhile, Kim and Gang were eating in her room when Kim once again flew to the roof, so Gang helped her to come down again. After some time, she went to her house and Jung saw that Gang had gone alone. He scolded Kim a lot and asked her to run and drop her home right away. Now Kim reached Jang as soon as possible with the help of his powers. John was very happy to see him. Then the next day when he came to the practice session with Kim Jong-un, John told him. The story begins with a boy named Kim who was late on the first day of school. Before sending him to school, his mother packed a lot of heavy stuff in his bag so that he does not start flying in the air due to his special powers. Then Kim boarded the